On this simple little motor, we have an intake and an exhaust valve. Therefore, we have two cam lobes right here. This is one right there, and the other one is, well, it's you can't really see it, but it's, there we go. It's right here, okay. And one of these cam lobes operates one of the valves, and they act in direct tandem to the movement of the crankshaft. So if we take this off and we drop the cam out and take a look at it, this is the same kind of design as in a Ferrari or Lamborghini, a Hemi. The camshaft has two things to it that you have to understand how it works. These are called cam lobes right here. Okay, and you can see they're off. They're kind of weird, egg-shaped, and they're offset. All right. As the cam spins in this matrix right here, as the cam lobe comes around, it lifts a lifter which pushes the intake or exhaust valve down. And as it pushes it down, of course, when it pushes it down just a little bit, it opens. It opens or closes. But it has to open and close exactly on the piston's four-stroke pattern. It has to do that. Now on a cam, and I'm sure you've heard of a high lift cam or a high duration cam. In the race cars we used to build, the 68 Camaros and Fords and everything like that, they had high lift cams where in the camshaft they're ground on different degrees. What we have is the lift, which is right here. This point at the very top compared to the center point is called a lift. And what that does is that the higher the lift of the cam, the more it's going to push the valve open. Okay, so you're going to get more of an airflow to where you that's all factored in. Okay, that's one part. Then we have duration, and duration is the point, the high point right here between my fingers. Duration is how long the valve stays open. Now, how long the valve stays open also has to do with the intake, how much of a charge is let in, and how much of it is let out. And you can get different cam cuts or degree cuts for your application, which will give you better low speed, mid speed, or high speed. Now you have to remember that Honda has spent millions of dollars to make sure these Honda RUCKUS engines work satisfactorily or favorably in all operations in all parts of the world. So it is an average engine. It does its work at an average speed, and it does not have too high of a lift or too low of a lift, and that's what this has. Now I don't know if you can get a higher lift cam for one of these. I don't know if it'd do you any good, but that's how the camshaft works. And in race cars, they can be the cam lobes can be closer to each other right here. They can be a higher lift. They can be overlap lift, where both the valve and both valves are open a little bit at the same time, which they're not supposed to be, but you do that for high speed. That's called a high lift cam, and their idle is really, really rough. So I hope that explains a little bit on how the camshaft works. But when you put this back together, this crankshaft has to be in direct alignment with the valves right here. And you just can't put the chain on and say, oh, it'll take care of itself. It won't. Whatever this does, however this spins, will open and close these valves. Okay, I hope that explained it a little bit better about how the way cams work. If you happen to know more how cams work and you don't think I'm explaining it well enough, or you know how to explain it better, then you don't need to comment. You just need to go make your own damn video.